So today was the Game Awards show, and of course they were giving out awards, but along the way they were also revealing a lot of stuff for a lot of different games. And one of the things that got revealed was Raids coming to Modern Warfare 2 on December 16th. Something we already knew about, but finally we actually have a trailer. No in-depth information. I'm sure they'll come like Monday or Tuesday, because I think it's actually dropping Wednesday. So I'm sure it'll pop up relatively soon. If not Friday, actually. It could happen tomorrow, at least of me releasing this video. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when they decide to release all the official information. But for today, we got this trailer, and unfortunately this trailer is extremely short, only 1 minute, and pretty much 20 seconds of this trailer isn't even showing the raids. So you know, it is what it is. But I thought we would put this on slow-mo and go down and break down everything we could find in this. There's, again, not much, but there's a couple of fun things to point out here. Now, one thing I want to catch your eye to, and I'll mention more about this at the end of the video, is just pay attention to the map and also the characters you're playing as, because I think that is actually important. But the first thing I want to point out here is what we're looking at, them in this outside foresty area. Now, I don't actually think this is a part of the raid. What this looks like is kind of an intro cutscene to the actual raid, so most of it is going to actually take place underground when they're heading out here. And this is where we actually head underground, and we start to see a little bit. And you see our characters go underwater, and that's going to be a very, very common theme throughout the entirety of this trailer. But it looks like we're starting off with some, I guess, stealthy mission stuff, which I guess you could do in a raid. I just don't think I've ever seen any gameplay of a raid where they play like super stealthy. I'm sure there's some out there, but you know, that's going to be interesting to see how it play out. I'm curious if we'll see like kind of some here, let me pause it here, to kind of like puzzles or something along the way. I'm curious to see how exactly it'll work out. But one thing that's just about to show, and something that is very important for how raids are structured, is each raid has different levels to them, right? You have the first level, you clear that, you do the little puzzle, fight the enemies and all that good stuff, then you move on to the next level. You have to beat those all in a row in order to beat the raid, and I think that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the first level of the raid being cleared after we did whatever we did, which good thing they didn't spoil, but these doors open, and you may have to figure out a little puzzle in order to get these open too, so that should be fun. Also, it's just interesting to see, well, it'll be interesting to see how they incorporate stealth into all this. But something that we will continue to see in this trailer is them heading underwater, and water seems to be a big thing here. And this is a long way of swimming, and I'll explain something here in a second, but real quick I want to stop, not there, here. So I do see this thing on the side. I'm curious to see if that may be some side thing or something, because there is an arrow pointing towards it, so potentially this could be like a little side area where you get a special gun or something like that. Potentially, I don't know, but of course the main goal is to head down this way. But we're going to see something also pretty important, is this thing right here, where we see our character using a breathalyzer. So I assume you're going to have to find that along the way, I guess, and that'd be important because you won't be able to progress until you pick that up. So that's definitely going to be playing a part of this. And here, I think this is a cutscene. It looks like a cutscene that happens during the raid. And I don't know if that's maybe a cutscene that happens after you complete it, or if it's something that happens before you go into the final phase of it, or something like that. But then we see what appears to be another level of the raids, and it looks like the bomb drones are going to play a big part in there. You might have to get attacked by a lot of bomb drones while doing this, which seems like it will be a pain. Oh, and right here, actually, let's quickly go back to that. So this area, I think, is from a Cold War, a Modern Warfare, like the original Modern Warfare campaign. This has already been shown to us. If you guys have not collected all the intel in Spec Ops, you guys wouldn't know this, but this is like a place from the Modern Warfare campaign, the original one, like 2007, if that was interesting to you. We do see a guy using the Cali 6 right here, so those are back, and more of that room, except the lights now on, so potentially alarm went off or something like that. I'm not sure. We do see a sentry gun in the background. I think that's a friendly one, because the kits that we are going to use in this are definitely going to play a part, so I imagine that's what's going on here. Again, it shows the characters. Pay attention. It's always Gaz, Price, and Farah, so keep that in mind as we continue through this. And for the rest of this, I don't really think they show us anything really that's new. There's one last thing I want to point out from this, but overall I think that we're just kind of seeing this. Another thing here, I don't know, this one looks like a what's it called, trailer, or not trailer, a cutscene also. And considering he's turning on the power, to me, what this is happening here is rather, again, to that idea that this cutscene right here that they're showing is that it's happening right before the final level, like the boss fight, like main boss fight at the end of the raids, or it's happening after. And this could just be a story thing where you've just beat the boss and now you're like seeing what was really going down here and how dark and spooky it is. Or it could be that you're activating this power switch and now you found the boss and you find what you have to defeat. Either way, you know, it's going to be one of those two things. And I think, yeah, that's all they show. And considering how much they're kind of hyping up that last part, I think it's going to be pretty significant. We also get a logo for Raid. Love that. Like it. It's fitting the whole theme of all the stuff. Modern Warfare 3 thrown in there too. Again, once again, this is going to be episode 1. It actually gives us a name for this raid. So the episode 1 is... Atomgrad, is that it? I guess Atomgrad. So there's the name of the first raid and at least a little early look at it. Now there's two things I want to point. Obviously, also I should mention it's dropping with season 1 reloaded on December 14th, as we all know. But one thing I want to come back to this raid and talk about is the two things that I've been telling you guys to look at. And the first one is the map. Like, the map is entirely original. Like, this is... Nothing here is reused, not from campaign, not from Warzone, not from multiplayer. All of this is original, which is the biggest W that I've seen in a very long time, because I was so worried that the maps were going to actually be just reused from, you know, something else. And as Zombies players, that some of you may be, you know that this is a big problem in Zombies right now, because a lot of times we're just using reused content and it's been really annoying, but it doesn't seem like that's what they're going to be doing with raids, thankfully. This is a very important thing to me. I think this is just great news all around. Love to see original content. But another thing I want to kind of touch on is a bit of story we could pick up here. The first thing is those characters. It seems like, at least it appears, that you could only play as these characters. It seems like the main playable characters are going to be Farah, Price, and Gas. That's who you have to play as, or potentially going to be the main story people. I'm assuming that's what it appears to be happening here. It could just be an operator choice here, but I don't think that's what's going on, because I'm pretty sure we don't have literally any of these skins for any of these characters. So I think this is storyline stuff, which, again, as Zombies players, it would be, it's kind of nice to see that, because we didn't have that in Zombies last time around. We had to just play with operators and not a set crew, but definitely a set crew. And the only other thing I can mention about story is the little thing they mentioned here at the start, where they're saying the whole reason why you're here, because it says that we're following up where we last heard from somebody. They don't say who, we don't say exactly what they were doing, but we're just following up to see what happened to these people who disappeared. And it seems like that may be the original goal, or maybe the whole goal of this raid is that we have to go save these people, and maybe we just find something dark and mysterious along the way, or at least that last part is what I'm hoping. But potentially could be like right here when it shows them looking up at this spooky thing where he turns on the lights, and you know, you see the little spooky thing right here. Like, potentially this is just nukes and, you know, whatever, but I'm hoping it's something more. I'm hoping it's like some crazy sci-fi stuff. That's something that I think is just so important for game modes like these, like a third game mode for Call of Duty. You know how Zombies is with its whole crazy sci-fi supernatural stuff. Like, I think they should do the same with raids also. I think that would be fun. But more than likely this is just going to be like some, you know, not crazy sci-fi stuff. It'll be like a, you know, some sort of illegal weapon or mass destruction stuff. But regardless, though, that's everything we did learn about raids through this trailer. Again, maybe tomorrow or definitely on Monday or Tuesday, we will get a full breakdown through their blog post that I will be making a video on very soon, or right as it happens. Another thing I will mention, that if you guys want to get ready for raids, keep in mind that raids are actually tied to Spec Ops, and you actually have to level up your kits from Spec Ops to really do these successfully, or at the best to your abilities, which if you guys haven't been leveling those up, I actually have a video that I'll link on screen, just a short, a minute long, and you guys can check that out and find the absolute best way to upgrade your kits to get ready for raids. Regardless, though, that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video and you found it informative in any way, shape, or form, then definitely do all that normal YouTube stuff: like, subscribe, bell, share, or any of that great stuff. But I'm going to go catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever the heck it may be, and latest, guys.